Poland finds Anthony, who gets away from Kim, and now will try to run Goretzka. Anthony looking to make his progress down the dead ball line. There was some contact, but not enough to convince the Norwegian referee to rule in Manchester United's favour.
They did really well initially, wonderful with his skill. Whoops, see you later. And Goretzka, using his experience, just letting him run out of road from there.
Some bold from Anthony, who's been back in favour, starting for the last 5 matches now. Kim finding Kimmich. The back heel is by Sané. This is Musiala. Davies inevitably arriving. This is Sané.
Game day, United.
Mazraoui now inside the box. Really good defending by Varane, but a little bit of help from Shaw, who clears. And Garnacho can run. Kane it is back there with the challenge. Such a work ethic. Kimmich almost caught in possession by Bruno Fernandes. Great tempo to the game.
Great tempo. Great tempo.
Fantastic tempo. Just looking, the lack of pace from both sides is hindering them at the moment. They've got the opportunities there. Well, just that lack of willingness to run in behind. Just that's where the space is. Just go.
Just taking a moment to try to take a little bit of the heat out of it. You know, Old Trafford was United's Casterly rock last season. Their Winterfell, their home record was stubbornly strong. This is the first time they've ever suffered 6 home defeats before Christmas. 5 of the teams that have beaten United here, have scored 3 times. Bournemouth have never won at Old Trafford before the weekend. They won 3-0.
Incredible result, fantastic performance from them. One built on pressure and built the ordering that Manchester United play, allow them to put pressure on.
Musiala to Como. Kane was on target. Never shot shy, Harry Kane. Element of surprise.
And just drifting, Harry Kane. We know he's going to do that. Just running around the edge of the box, waiting for the chance. Just came out a bit quick, couldn't get the purchase on the strike. But to see Manchester United attracted to the ball, got to be so cute as to where the players are.
A bit of a facelift, but I think the fans have been close to tearing it down themselves just lately. No free kick for Hoyland. Kimmich on the ball. Goretzka. Upamecano. Mazraoui. Como. Manchester United's setup is essentially 4-3-3. Sometimes we see Bruno Fernandes play as an out-and-out 10 supporting Hoyland, but he and McTominay are playing as 8s tonight with Amrabat at 6.
Yeah, that's the question. Therein lies the problem for Manchester United. That if there is that space in and around Amrabat that you can see, are they exploiting now? Can Bruno Fernandes and McTominay get back in time?
RIP to Manchester United. Royal Ara.
Trying to get Mazraoui in behind Manchester United, and his driven cross was only just beyond Leroy Sané.
The best surprise.
Keeping alive has given away a free kick.
We're winning today.
And I use those numbers to describe the tactical positions. It would be much easier in football if the players wore those numbers out on the field, but those days are long gone.
Something but don't change there though. He's just looking at the way that Bayern Munich attacked and the way the pace that it came about it with Mazraoui. Fullbacks bombing on. Sense of being alive there.
Yeah, the starting position of the contemporary footballer is always open to debate. So much more fluidity and fluency about the game. Denmark, it remains Copenhagen 0, Galatasaray 0. That is the scoreline. The match is not complete, but they've got to beat Bayern Munich to capitalise. Goretzka, Musiala, Kimmich, Goretzka, Davies. Flick again from Sané. Kimmich to Coman. Going in towards Kane, important header by Varane. It'll come for Alphonso Davies. Again, Varane is the man in the way. Headed away by Anthony this time. And as far as Goretzka. Kimmich. Well, he scored from range at the weekend in the midst of all those Eintracht Frankfurt goals. But that was easy for Andre Onana.
Oh, test him early on. A couple of strikes from distance now, but Bayern Munich beginning to flex their muscles, find the groove.
They've been averaging close on 3 goals a game this season, but they've only scored twice in their last 3 matches. They haven't won either of the last 2. They're now 4 points behind, unbeaten by Leverkusen in the Bundesliga standings. Xabi Alonso's team threatening to upset the old order in Germany. Dalot. Anthony. McTominay. Anthony. Couldn't elude Goretzka. Musiala. They're backsliding in, and Manchester United get the ball. Dalot. McTominay. Very important that Manchester United keep these supporters with them tonight. Keep them vocal, keep them encouraged, keep them in the game.
Yeah, keep the energy. I think that's the main thing for Manchester United. You ask Eric Ten Hag as to why the game against Bournemouth follows such a good performance against Chelsea. Such contrast in energy. And I don't think he can tell you the answer. I don't think they can tell you the answer before the game as to which one's going to come out. And I think therein lies the problem for Manchester United.
Consistently inconsistent. Hoyland is strong. Not strong enough to hold off Upamecano. Okay, the referee had a look at that joust and decided that nobody was guilty. Kim Min-jae. Dayot Upamecano. It's the preferred centre-back pairing now for Thomas Tuchel, although Matthijs de Ligt is injured at the moment. Manuel Neuer, back between the Bayern Munich posts. 9th match back from 10 months out of the game. He actually made a double save late in the game against Copenhagen 2 weeks ago that effectively kept Manchester United in this competition. Manuel Neuer. Davies. Musiala. Sané. Musiala. Oh, he was caught there by Maguire. Not sure Musiala had control of the ball, but Maguire was drawn into a challenge. And he caught Jamal Musiala, and this is being checked now by VAR. And Maguire's looking worried to me.
Yeah, well, it's whether he makes an attempt to play the ball. I'm not sure Musiala knows. There's an outstretched arm. I'm not saying I think that's not enough for the referee to overturn this as a clear and obvious error. I'm not sure Musiala actually knew that Maguire was going to be there.
The man in the middle there is reasonably inexperienced, 35-year-old Norwegian, but the VAR tonight, the Dutchman Paul van Berkel, is very experienced, and he decides that is not an infringement, no penalty.
You gotta be careful. This is a very, very dangerous. Oh,
And Tuchel's making the point that he feels that if that happens anywhere else on the field, a foul is given.
Yeah, and there's a higher threshold in the
no,
penalty
no,
area.
play the
There is
time.
that.
Anytime you don't have the time.
Game as well. So, Thomas, I'm afraid you're right, but also you're wrong.
You're not playing that at all. No.
Fernandes. Amrabat.
Move.
No doubt there's an edge to Bayern Munich this evening, which there wouldn't have been without that defeat at the weekend. Davies just catches Sané unawares, so Maguire wins the ball without any question this time.
Control.
McTominay. Anthony with the extravagant back heel. Scott McTominay. Anthony getting involved again. Strong enough to hold off the challenge. Bruno Fernandes. Back come for Højlund. Won't come for Højlund because of Kim Min-jae.
It's just enough on Højlund in terms of pressure. Again, Manchester United initially living on a knife edge one way and nearly exploiting it the other. It's really good, just the willingness to go, the willingness to run, to take the chance. You're going to have to take those chances as the game goes on.
Attack them. No space. Oh,
Free kick given to Bayern Munich. McTominay just a little too keen with the challenge.
You don't mind that. You don't mind that at all if you're Erik ten Hag. You keep pressing, you keep giving away those fouls because you're going to win one. Then in that transition, that turnover, that's when Manchester United are looking to inflict the damage.
In Denmark, it remains FC Copenhagen 0, Galatasaray 0. Just 1 point separating those two and Manchester United in Group A, but just one game to play, this game. Manchester United need those two to draw, and they need to beat Bayern Munich. Kim. Musiala's misconception. Chelsea last week, Erik ten Hag called the performance dynamic, brave, proactive, the way we want to play.
where are you sending
Actions
this
speak
ball?
much louder than words in this game. I'm not sure we've seen a lot of
captain.
evidence of United even wanting to be dynamic, brave and proactive during the last year, but they are tonight.
Yep, and it's 70,000 people turning up tonight thinking, which one is it going to be? And here we are, after 20 minutes saying, yeah, okay, they're giving themselves a chance. Are you going to give yourselves a chance tonight by putting it on the line, by going there, by doing it? Or are you going to sit and watch your Champions League dream disappear?
Control.
Against Upamecano again. Once more,
Control.
physical contact between the two of them. Referee rules throw in, no more.
They both enjoy that challenge tonight. Højlund enjoys knowing where the centre half is, knows when he can roll him, knows he can use his body.
Here is Rasmus Højlund. Just a little wild under pressure, but it will connect with Anthony. Dallo in towards Bruno Fernandes, away by Kim. Davies. He can do that to you. Got the belief in his own ability to take men on in his own half. Musiala to Kane. Masraoui's made a bold run. This is Coman. Creating space here for Kimmich. In towards Sané. Musiala have got forward. It'll come now for Sané. But already we've got Bayern Munich fullbacks sprinting forward with intent. They have a real desire to put the weekend behind them and to put Manchester United out of the Champions League.
Yeah, and you look at them, they know that there's that opportunity there. They knew that once they'd beaten that press, that was the time to go. That's when both teams come alive, is when Bayern win the ball back And the opportunity's there. A, to win it back. B, to break and go.
Kane. Quite
Good
sure
ball.
what he had in mind there, but he found Dallo.
Great ball.
Tomne's found
Good
Hoyland.
ball.
Bruno
Good.
Fernandes. Sofian Amrabat.
Good ball.
Luke Shaw.
Thank you, Luke Shaw.
See that Amrabat on the ball now has dropped in as the one in between. And I think that's good for Manchester United because there, you see Bruno Fernandes on the ball now, can
Good
play
ball,
higher
good ball.
and play those balls. Too often I think he's been dropping in as that quarterback in between the two centre halves.
He's found Shaw here. Shaw going for
Good
glory.
ball.
Manuel Neuer gets two big fists behind that cannonball from Luke Shaw. And Manchester United have a corner.
Not messing around, Manuel Neuer. Knew that that drive was going to come. He came straight at him, but he wasn't to know that. Wasn't a question.
First time in 2 years that he's conceded 5 goals in a game at the weekend. He would have enjoyed that one bit. Shaw with the corner. Header away by Kim. Bruno Fernandes. Luke Shaw with another opportunity. Garnacho making the run beyond him, and Coman tracks him back.
No way.
There's a little bit of rough treatment from Garnacho, and the Bayern Munich players were unhappy about what happened there because their teammate was thrown into the advertising hoardings by the teenage South American Alejandro Garnacho.
There's a reaction in unison. It's innocuous. Innocuous from just that arm around, and it's more not the force so much, but the slope of this Old Trafford pitch after it finishes.
Yeah, that's quite a drop onto that surrounding track. It's quite a feature of Old Trafford. You maybe don't get the full height difference between the playing field and the track from the camera angle.
It's a good 4 or 5 feet that you're dealing with, and there's always one that's filled me with fear, trying to go and get the ball from behind the goal.
Shaw certainly proactive there. Kane also. Harry Kane up against a couple of his England international teammates in that Manchester United defence. He never cuts a relaxed figure on the touchline, but his agitation levels went up a notch or 3 at the weekend with the trouncing in Frankfurt. And every word that's come out of Munich since has been about wiping that memory ASAP. And wiping Manchester United's name from the Champions League draw next Monday.
Still not won everyone over in Munich. The expectation levels are so high there that any dip, any drop, form a poor performance, which certainly was one at the weekend.
Press them, press them.
Ricardo's got away with that. Kimmich. Slipped by Alphonso Davies, quickly back to his feet. Sané. Musiala. Leroy Sané. He can go it alone. It's Sané. It's Musiala. It was almost a glorious goal. Manchester United found some cover eventually. Amrabat made a big intervention there.
It's almost brilliant from Sané, the give and go and the quickness of feet, the alertness, the awareness. He just knew that he wasn't going to be able to get the purchase on the shot. So look for his teammate. It's just that last-ditch tackle from Dallo, but doesn't need much to be invited as an attack.
Manchester was his home for 4 years, Leroy Sané. He scored for Manchester City on this ground. Takes his corner short to Mazraoui. Now Musiala again. Crosses towards the head of Kane, and he can't quite backpedal quickly enough to make contact with it. There has been talk of Manchester City being interested in taking Sané back.
He's been in such good form. Maybe dropped off the past few weeks for Bayern Munich, but things like that. The criticisms of Thomas Tuchel this season have been that they've been relying on the brilliance of Sané and Harry Kane, and just sort of that being enough to get them through games almost. If you're relying on moments like that, then you can see why.
Still Copenhagen nil, Galatasaray nil in Denmark, and as things stand, Manchester United will be cast adrift at the bottom of the group. Out of European football completely. Here's Maguire. He picked up the English Premier League's Player of the Month award in November. He only came back into the team in early October. Started the last 14 games now in a row for Manchester United when it looked as if his career here might be washed up. So well to find Garnacho there. And Mazraoui's done well to win the ball back.
Good pressure, press them. Press them to play nonsense.
Manchester United are making it difficult. The Bayern Munich are determined to try to play their way out of those tight corners.
Well, they'll back themselves to do it. You can see why, but Upamecano is the man in there out of all of them, including Neuer. He's the one to press, the one who's just not so sure of his footing. The confidence isn't there as much as everyone else.
Varane into Anthony. Bruno Fernandes. Davies away. Sané taking on Dalot again. Not surprised that game in Denmark is a close one. Copenhagen have actually suffered a bit of a dip in form recently. Haven't won in the last 4 games, but they've got home advantage tonight. Those two have been lively participants in this exciting group. Closely matched. Bruno Fernandes. Sané was a little late there on McTominay. The referee has been quite liberal in the way he's let the game flow so far.
Yeah, I thought that might have been the first yellow card of the evening because he was late. Just didn't quite follow through on it. Knee on knee can be painful, but realised that the pass on beyond McTominay was the dangerous ball and therefore was in the rush to get back. A promising moment for Manchester United.
No card. Bruno Fernandes is the favourite here. Scored in the last 2 group games. 37 now, Manuel Neuer. You don't become any more agile, let's say. There's a former international goalkeeper chuckling away next to me.
Speak for yourself, Clive. Still as nimble as ever. He'll back himself here to make this save.
Bruno Fernandes deflected kick. Off a very big wall. His words and manner have grown shorter and sharper with each step back. And late at each step back prompts another set of questions and doubts. Work short with Bruno Fernandes. Cut out by Kane. There's a lot of good work in his own penalty area, Harry Kane. He's found Musiala and he's found Coman. And Bayern Munich are dangerous on the counter. Coman on to Sané, it's a chance. Turned away in the end by Varane. Sané just couldn't quite improvise the volley he needed. Clever testing cross. Coman again. Mazraoui. Rather awkward challenge by Garnacho. Advantage play. Kimmich in towards Goretzka. Way by Maguire. Sané again. Anthony's done well there.
Well, it should be 1-0. It's a wonderful ball in. Just that fraction behind him, couldn't adjust his feet, but him on his stronger foot with his ability, you're expecting him to score. It's all from Manchester United's own corner, a poor decision. Nearly paid the penalty.
Well, Group has been the group of goals so far in this Champions League. Not in Copenhagen, not here. Should be, but there aren't. Sure. Moran has not been injured of late. He's been on the substitutes bench. 7 starts all season before tonight. Now, there was an arm raise there. Bruno Fernandes felt that from Upamecano. Referee was very, very well placed to make a judgment call. Was there a handball appeal against Kim after that?
Yeah, off the head of Upamecano, and then onto the back. Kim, it's outside the penalty area, so can't be reviewed for VAR.
It was an instinctive reaction when his arm was away from his body, but as Rob Green rightly says, because it's outside the box, VAR can't get involved. They can only make a judgment on game-changing incidents like penalty kicks. Varane again. No, they won't quite catch that one. It's a bit of a mystery, really, as to why Rafael Varane has not been involved. He is only 30 years of age. We're talking about a 4 times Champions League winner. He doesn't play any international football anymore. He's used to playing 40-odd games a season. He's hardly been involved with Manchester United this season.
I would say so far, when the crosses have come in, and that Sane chance, which was down low, they have dealt with him better than previous times, particularly Luke Shaw at the weekend playing centre-half. And that also allows Luke Shaw to play left-back, which in turn makes Manchester United defence a whole lot better prospect.
Masraoui controlling from Garnacho. He's beaten him, absolutely skinned him. It's a good recovery by the Moroccan right back. And a good pass, Musiala. Goretzka. Here comes Alphonso Davies, always at pace. Musiala. Kimmich. Coman. Kane in the box. Kim. Sane. Got away from Dallo. Sane again, looking for Goretzka. Masraoui, Kane. And now Coman. Oh, there was a push there, which has sent Coman sprawling. Harry Maguire really gave him a full-blooded punch. In fact, it was Masraoui getting forward, who was sent flying. He's not appealed for anything.
Just a little nudge there, wasn't there, from Maguire in the back, but the deflection on the cross asked the question. Is Masraoui making that run forward? It's him, not the centre forward Harry Kane, not Musiala. You're expecting more from them.
Alebusia for other Champions League games are costing Napoli 2, Braga 0, Napoli 2, Braga 0. And Union Berlin and Real Madrid 0-0. Real Madrid 0, Union Berlin still 0. FC Copenhagen 0, Galatasaray 0, Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 0. These are the current results. And before then, Lens beat Sevilla 2-1 and Arsenal also drew with PSV at Holland. Still Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 0. Winner progress to the Champions League next stage, and it is already secured by Bayern Munich. Manchester United likely to go home in case they fail to win this game, and Galatasaray and FC Copenhagen also settle for a draw. That qualifies Manchester United if this result happens the same. They win against Bayern and then Bayern automatically are already there. So they will qualify alongside Bayern Munich, and then Galatasaray and Copenhagen, if the two teams drew, then it means United will go together with Bayern Munich, but it's impossible. It doesn't look clear as expected. But see, I've been said them say Manchester United player back April Harry Maguire, and yes, they are in the process of doing it, and and you know say Harry Maguire film. I think said the 9 worker.
That's the strain it looks to be. We won't see it back for a couple of weeks.
You're looking at Harry Maguire now. We're just buying time for Johnny Evans to get a warm up. Really sure.
Maguire qua Johnny Evans is coming up to replace Harry Maguire if they still could not make it to the next minutes. Then
so much to lose your left back by playing in centre half as well. To me, it makes no sense.
Maguire knows Kane so well. They're the same age. They're on the same field for England 3 weeks ago. Many times.
I think Maguire will come back.
Last 6 years in the national squad.
I think he's coming back. At the moment, the game is on break or recess due to Maguire's injury. Let's wait for the referee.
The most recent encounter was here in March of last year. Manchester United beat against Tottenham Hotspur. And Maguire scored an own goal for Spurs that night. Trying to cut out a Kane-bound cross from Sergio Reguilon, would you believe? Well, Maguire's asking for time.
Maguire's
hoping
back.
to get to half time, but it's a big risk if that is the muscle strain it appeared to be.
I can't see the sense in trying to carry on. It's not until you sprint, not until you push away. He did that there, and he wasn't even into a sprint. He knew he was in trouble. What you don't want to do is cost your team, and that is unprofessional.
Goretzka. Johnny Evans is taking his training bib off, which the players wear so they don't confuse those on the field when they're warming up down the sidelines, and the change is inevitable.
Maguire can't play.
Well, Johnny Evans turns 36 in 3 weeks' time. He rejoined Manchester United on a 1-year deal in the summer after 8 years away. He's made a couple of brief appearances on the bench in the last couple of games after a month out with a muscle injury himself. But as Maguire leads to a standing ovation, his replacement is Johnny Evans, MBE, member of the British Empire. He had that honour bestowed on him by Prince William at Buckingham Palace a couple of weeks ago for all his sterling service on behalf of Northern Ireland football. The Northern Irish captain is on this crucial night for Manchester United.
A huge test for him. A huge test. He'll relish. He's been in huge games for Manchester United, and he's alongside a centre-half who's also been in the biggest games in the world. So he's well set. But the challenge still remains with this shape of Manchester United when it gets tested, when they Bayern do come through. You have to be aware of where the runners are coming from. Some things don't change for that.
You'll know all about Harry Kane too. Not too many surprises in 21st century football at this level. We haven't actually played against a particular opponent before. Both Varane and Evans have played against Kane many times. Then you'll watch them on video. Here's an Anthony. Davies just keeping his eye on the ball. Sometimes Anthony beats himself in those circumstances. I think it's fair to say his form in the last few games has been better than certainly in the earlier part of the season. But, the jury seems to be out here at Old Trafford on the Brazilian winger Anthony. Here is Harry Kane. Early for Kingsley Coman. Shaw engages him early and at least forces him wide. But Coman is strong as well as skillful. Played back towards Kane, well seen by McTominay. Garnacho can escape. Carrying the ball with real
just as Manchester United air question Paramount Plus article. What is the problem? What is the problem? Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus. What is the problem? Okay, let me go back and see. I have to restart it, but the scoreline still remain the same thing. Okay, that ball couldn't get into the net. And still 0-0. Bayern 0, Manchester 0.
Finding it. He links with Musiala. Kimmich. Como. Kane making the run into the penalty area, looking for Sané. Musiala just turned so well, and this time he's turned into traffic. McTominay, Bruno Fernandes, early for Højlund to chase against Upamecano. Support is arriving for Rasmus Højlund. They couldn't hold it up. Very strong play by Kim Min-jae.
Well, Højlund knew that Upamecano was strong. He's now aware that Kim is strong as well because he caught him completely by surprise.
Just 1 more minute to go.
It's a full-blooded game. You'd think that Bayern Munich would play for their Champions League lives.
Well, they would respond, and the expectation was there. The expectation was that they'd come with a strong 11. Threatened as much, maybe, Onana as we'd have thought from kick-off.
Upamecano seeing his pass picked up by Garnacho, but Kane is there, and here's Mazraoui. Kane aware that Mazraoui had broken ahead of him, covered. Shaw come to challenge well on Como. Bruno Fernandes looking to get Højlund on his way.
Oh!
So willing and so game, Rasmus Højlund, but you do feel that he ends up chasing a lot of optimistic passes. There's just a bit of a concern about Luke Shaw at the moment too. 3 added minutes coming at the end of the half. He'll get through to the point, but we're listen to see if he returns for the second half.
Be a huge loss. This right-hand side, particularly with Batshuayi and Coman.
Control.
He's had a long absence this season with a torn thigh muscle, 100 days out of the game. Davies getting forward. This is Leroy Sané. And Harry Kane. Really good from Bruno Fernandes. Kimmich. Kane again. Can't get Kimmich in.
Good ball.
McTominay. Varane. Garnacho.
Oh no.
One-time challenge by Mazraoui. Kimmich. Davies. Goretzka to Kimmich. He's just onside, I think. No, he's not. That's got up below for them.
Let's see, in the first half, the problem that's been in there for Thomas Tuchel's side for Bayern Munich is they've been getting this good possession in the Manchester United half, but no one's been willing to get inside the penalty area. When they've had that good possession, they've all wanted to drift, they're all looking for the ball. Manchester United can stay in the shape.
I think there's been plenty to encourage Erik ten Hag in this first half. This team have certainly gone toe-to-toe with one of the most fancied teams in the competition. Even as good as they've got. Sané. Him away. Amrabat. Dallo takes the weight off it for his fellow countryman Bruno Fernandes. Dalot once more. Oh, it's opened up here for Diogo Dalot. Nacho is there, way as far as Shaw. Dalot once more. Well, it was a shooting chance for probably half the players on the field, but Diogo Dalot wasn't confident enough. Bruno Fernandes has gone down under the weight of Kane's challenge. Garnacho. Bruno Fernandes gets to it. Varane. Garnacho gives it away, and Kimmich goes back to the retreat of Manuel Neuer, and that's the last action of a thumping first half. No goals in Copenhagen and no goals here, but this has been a game with a promise of goals, a game in which Erik ten Hag's team have been on the front foot from the outset, and certainly given encouragement to this massive crowd here at Old Trafford that if they can keep their half of the bargain, things might just work out for them in Denmark. Group A is alive and well at the break.
This match is brought to you by Expedia.
Okay, first 45 minutes, Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 0, FC Copenhagen 0, Galatasaray 0. These are the results from their group. And then Napoli also ended the first half 2-0 against Sporting Braga. And Bayern Munich are already up. But before then, Union Berlin are also leading Real Madrid by 1-0. So Union Berlin 1, Real Madrid 0. Before that game, there was also a draw between Arsenal and PSV at Holland, and Lens in France also beat Sevilla by 2-1. So I'll be back for the commencement of the second half. Now they are on recess. I'm also taking break. After 15-10 minutes, I'll be back to continue with the commentary from the UEFA Champions League, Manchester versus Bayern Munich. My name is Sean Effie. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. I'll be back.